Aia Amare receiving serious threats from some people in some parts of the community. Uki is trying to get some help to get his videos with more views, at least the fans are, and much more out there on this episode of VTuber News. Thank you. Aia Amare is being very active on her PL lately. She has been very active on it lately. It could be a positive thing, it could be a negative thing, it could just be her wanting to make sure that the community is still there. It could be something more like her actually seeing her opportunities of whether or not she should leave, or whether or not if she leaves there are possibilities out there. It's one thing or the other. I don't know, I'm not sure. Well, let's take a look. Finally made a Twitter, don't like the site, but it's easier to use than this, which is basically she's talking about YouTube community posts. It's not that easy doing YouTube community posts. That's why not everyone uses it, but it is a way to get into the community, but also Twitter is a bit easier. And as a Twitter link, this is part of me had to wonder beforehand when she had made the post about not returning anytime soon, whether this was to leave her options open with no expectations, or even to placate Nijisanji. Remember, one of the claimed reasons Zaion was terminated was PL activity, supposedly hinting she'd return to her PL, rather than because she specifically intends to stay in Nijisanji in the near future. Now I wonder a little harder, but still, it's just wondering. Take my hopium and copium with a grain of salt, of course. Mere weeks before Selen ended up in the hospital, she was talking about how next year with Niji would be amazing and she's not going anywhere. It just seems like something they're told to say. Yeah, it might just be something they're told to say. Also, she didn't mention the Twitter, only said she made it. I wrote it in the post, but somehow the text was lost. Pretty easy to find regardless. She just, if she made it the same name. Found it, started just with an underscore at the end. Let's not spook her. However, based on the replies to her message and followers, anyone familiar? Yeah, let's hold off on the dogpiling. Yeah, don't dogpile on her. This is not the best way to do things. Of course, this is not the best way to do any of this stuff, but don't dogpile her. Let her do things on her own pace if she wants to. Moving on with the Aia Amare news, we have her writing more on her tweets. These are tweets that someone found, and based on what I'm seeing, she was trying to just, enjoy herself, but people end up having to ruin everything, as we're going to be reading right now. The sheer amount of insane tweets I keep drafting up and then deleting out of fear of exposing my alarmingly declining mental health. This in and of itself brings worry, because if there's declining mental health, I know how that feels. That's never good. It can quickly decline, and it can quickly get out of control, and it can kind of sneak up on you, which is also never good, and she doesn't deserve it. No one actually deserves declining mental health. Like I said, it is a hole that is very hard to get out of. It is a pit that you do not want to be in. I don't want even my worst enemies to be in that type of pit. He says, I just want to do my hobbies. Why do I keep getting blank threats for just wanting to do that? That is another thing that ticks me off. That's pure BS. Why is she getting any kind of threats for just wanting to enjoy herself? Just wanting to find a new way of doing things. Just wanting to find, maybe reconnect with her old hobbies. Reconnect with her old community. Why is she getting these types of threats? No one should be doing this to her. What did she do to anybody else to do this? This ain't some parasocial rant. This ain't something like that. I don't watch Aia Amare. She wasn't one of the people that I watched a lot of, because she wasn't in the niche that I enjoyed. But I sympathize and I empathize with the whole situation. You should not be getting threats because you're just doing what you want to do. You're just trying to enjoy yourself. You should not be getting threats for that. I know I shouldn't say anything as to not give it attention, but this has been going on for months, and I just want to be left alone. I didn't do anything. Please leave me alone. That sounds like a desperate plea from somebody who is just kind of at the end of their rope, and I don't like that. I don't like hearing that, because that can lead to desperation. That can lead to different moves. We already had somebody who, because of the way they were treated, made attempts. We do not want to repeat that. We do not want to repeat the bad side of all of this VTuber community. The VTuber community has a good side, and it also has a deathly dangerous side, a very dangerous side. I've been made aware of that personally recently, and I do not want anyone to have to go through the dangerous side of VTuber community, even if they belong to Nijisanji, because the person itself, the person themselves is not at fault. It's the large organization that is at fault. I'll always stand by that. Again, what the actual F? That from who over what? What's going on here? I have a mental list of people that need to leave Niji urgently. Aia just skyrocketed onto that list. This is not acceptable on any level. She needs to leave and get away from any fan base that's okay with putting her through this. This is disgusting. This is exactly how I feel. It's disgusting. Problem is, even if she wanted to, she can't exactly quit when she wants to. We have seen it take months after graduation request is submitted for the talent to be able to exit the company. And if the graduation queue is actually real, then it'll take even longer. I don't care if they're anti-Niji or Niji sisters. These types of threats and harassment must stop now. Even for the black screen trio, I don't care if they're scumbags. Move elsewhere and leave them alone. Yes, you do not do these types of things because you become worse than the people that you're criticizing. You become really horrible. I don't think it's ever good, and I don't know why people ever think that it is something that they can be proud of, and they can just be like, yeah, I did this to this person, I knocked them out. No, like, seriously, if you are that type of person, go outside, touch some grass, do something else, please. Doesn't matter if you're talking about people heavily jaded, fans or antis, raging at the Blackstream Trio, or NDF going against former talents bad-mouthing their Oshi, any talent that doesn't toe the line. The moment you send these types of threats, the moment you've gone too far. Absolutely. And it goes, agreed. And what makes it worse is that it's difficult to silence this behavior because there's no definite single source of where it's coming from. They're extremists that can come from any origin, even from within the current Niji fanbase. The Niji JP side of the fanbase does have bad rep for being bit cannibalistic among themselves, because the fans want to push their Oshis to be successful and do so, they need their Oshis to stand out amongst a sea of livers. However, that happened on the JP side because of the oversaturated roster of talents they keep pumping out. Not sure if Niji EN has reached that point yet. Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. Still, it's never right. Really hate that it's happening. The other day, I was speculating on whether or not we'd be seeing graduation soon, and specifically talked about the Death March, the Death Machine. 2, moments like this make me wonder if I should even be talking about such topics and maybe outright harassment like the blank threats mentioned, but it is undue pressure that stacks upon top of everything. Yeah, you have to kind of balance things out. I try to balance things out. I hope that I am balancing things out in your guys' mind. This is going to be a quick one. Uki stands are going to be trying to, like, they really want him to get a lot of views. Of course, still 97k views is a lot of views still, but they feel that it's not enough. So this kitty litter person is calling literally every single Niji EN fandom to help this person out. It's been 9 days and it all comes down to just needing more people streaming. Please help your gelatinous friends. I'll attach streaming guide in the comments. Almost feel bad for them. Almost. Basically, they're trying to help Uki. Uki doesn't need help. They're being, their parasocial selves, as they always are. And it's just one of those things, I guess. All I see is please help this guy get more views. I see more talented people not getting this level of acknowledgement. 90k views within 9 days is good. Don't be greedy. It's 9 days, not weeks, and whether it's okay number, I don't think that's a good number for Niji. For Niji, it's not a great number because you have like other people even lower level, like people that get less views on Hololive end up getting like lower views in Hololive, but it still ends up being more than Niji. For an original song, within 9 days, probably get over 100k at least minimum. That's probably why they're trying to do that. It reminds me of K-pop fans urging other fans to stream songs that are already incredibly popular. Forcing yourself to listen to a song just to boost its numbers is sad AF. I understand. I understand their love for their Oshi, their attachment for their Oshi. But 90k is nothing to sneeze at. 90k is not bad. And they quote retweeted it. If you ever get the OG tweet, not this tweet, 50 retweets, and I'll voice reveal with the Vaporeon copy pasta. I'm desperate, please. This person's a little too desperate. I don't think that's healthy. I don't think that's good. But, let people be people. And if you want to support your Oshi, then go ahead. Go ahead and support them. But this just doesn't seem like the way. A little bit of levity here. Or not levity, but I think this is a little bit of levity. It's like a meme type of thing. Yagoo God, Riku Poo Poo. Sometimes the sequel is way better than the original. Like, he had a Dakimakura of Yagoo there. And this one is Riku with a bunch of hearts. And knowing what we know about Riku, both of them can be seen as like parasocial. But the top one is obviously a meme. The bottom one, I'm not sure if it's memeing on Riku. Because I don't know if people can meme on Riku in the sense that I'm not sure he would let people meme on him. Yagoo loves the memes. Yagoo embraces the memes. He even had a little mini Yagoo that was like part of certain streamers, like actual streams. It was hilarious. It was like a mini buff Yagoo. I remember that. At the top, you can see a person who's trying to learn the business he's doing, improve himself and business partners. At the bottom, you can see a person playing gacha game with other people's lives. Yeah. Riku hasn't really gotten my trust or any of my respect. He hasn't gotten any of my respect. He hasn't earned any of my respect. Yagoo has gotten a lot of respect because even when he's made mistakes, he's been like, you know what, I made that mistake. We're going to fix this. And then he actually does concrete steps to fix it. He has taken a pay cut and also taken actually no pay for certain situations, like the China situation and things like that. The Kiryu Koko situation, the Taiwan incident. He's done things to get the trust of his livers. The fact that Hollow Stars even exists right now is because Yagoo turned that into his personal project in order to get male VTubers into Hololive and to actually get them popularity and things like that. He made it into his own personal pet project, which is something that Riku hasn't done. Is that real? That's one crazy. Bootlicking for 2%. Bootlicking till the boots are shiny. I mean, you could technically say the top is bootlicking too. Let's be fair here. But the top is obviously a meme. The bottom, we don't know. Because I don't know. This person was the one who also said that we can just ask, that they can just ask for their play buttons. So there may be actual bootlicking going on there. Just based on past actions, there may be actual bootlicking. That's just my opinion though. Claude is the one who did it, of course. No one cares. One cares for the talent. The other cares about the clams. The clams. And yeah, the clams aren't all that's important. The one on top, Yagoo, still gets clams. He still gets the money. But he cares for his talents, which makes his talents happy, which means they create more. They're more creative. They do a lot more wonderful things for his organization. So that helps him a lot more. And he understands that, which is the way it should be. On a previous episode, we had talked about this person. They had been someone that was working with Matara as a clipper, a paid clipper. They had recently gotten a lot of harassment from the side of Nijisanji fans, or the insane side of Nijisanji fans. Not all Nijisanji fans, but the insane side of them, the one that we call Niji Sisters, or the Nijisanji Defense Forces, whatever you want to call them. They are the ones that have been going aggressively against this person. All that they did was retweet something, quote tweet, a Luca merch asking for people to actually take a look at the Raziel document with open eyes, and they got mistreated. But here's what has happened. This Riven person apparently is someone who enjoys Nijisanji, which is fine and dandy if that's what you want. But this person says, update, I'm no longer doing any paid work for Matara. I'm honored to have been given the chance, but things didn't work out in the end. No hard feelings to anyone. I'm still going to be a member of our community. Nothing can change that. And here we go. People are saying Rebozo, and people are claiming that the Clipper was dissing the ex-coworkers, making rude statements about them. The rude statement was to check Raziel's document. Once they got hired, they tried to delete everything. They didn't try to delete everything as far as I know. This is just their copium. This is their giving themselves a pat on the back, victory lap, whatever you want to call it, because if you look at all of these, it's basically just victory laps, victory laps, victory laps. But here's the thing. Here's the actual story of the person. It says, I'm the him in the statement. This was a decision we came to together, basically, the person and Matara in the end. And in the end, I made the decision to quit. I'd gladly sacrifice the money and endure anything the NDF can throw at me, as long as I can protect Matara's image and her peace of mind, which is, a big thing to do. And it's a very important thing to do, because, livers, they can suffer from a lot of mistreatment. I know that personally. And it's good to have fans like that. You're a good fan. I'd be proud to have a fan base with fans like you in it. And I bet Matara feels the same way too. Also, I'm impressed that you're mentally strong to make this decision. I apologize if any part of the comment above has offended you. I hope there's a day in the future where you can go back to that. I appreciate the fact that you had made the hard decision, and hopefully when the fire dies down, you'll have another chance. So is Matara bad because of this, or is she very cautious? Being very cautious is what you have to do when you're the size of Matara. You have to be super cautious. He lurked a lot around February last week. Basically, one of the ex-fans turned hatred or just hate Nidis because of what happened to his Oshi. He tweeted about Luca Raziel document in the merch post. Nijisanji, Niji Sisters harassed him in the Twitter. It revealed he's one of Matara's mods, Clippers. Don't really know, but he worked with Matara. Here we are, either resigned but fired by Matara. It sounds like he resigned, like they both came to the decision of just it not being the best for both of them, which is good. I mean, it's good that they made that decision together. It sucks that it happened, but looks like they're moving on and staying a part of the community. And Matara doesn't seem to have moved them out or anything like that. That is all for right now. Of course, comment, like, and subscribe down below. Thank you for being here. Of course, I love having the conversations with you guys. I love having these things with you guys. And I do appreciate it whenever you guys do comment. Take a look at my description for my socials. There's a Discord, there's Twitter, there's other places that you can check me out, Twitch, etc. And also check on your screen right now, because there might be a video that you might enjoy. Thank you.